What if the universe is hiding more from us than we can possibly imagine? What if the very stars above us, the celestial objects we gaze upon each night, are part of a far greater mystery that we have yet to uncover? These questions have intrigued humanity for centuries, sparking our curiosity, our exploration, and our thirst for knowledge. But despite the vastness of space and the countless discoveries we've made, there's always the lingering sense that something deeper remains just beyond our reach. Something hidden. Space is a place that defies our comprehension. It's an expanse, so vast, so seemingly infinite, that even the most advanced telescopes and spacecraft can only offer us glimpses of its true nature. The stars and galaxies we see through our instruments are but a small fraction of the cosmos, a faint echo of the grand, uncharted territories that lie far beyond. In our exploration of space, we have made incredible advancements, unlocking the secrets of distant planets, understanding the mechanics of black holes, and uncovering the mysteries of light and time itself. But with every answer we find, we are faced with even more questions, and the mysteries only seem to deepen. The universe, it seems, is a place that loves to keep its secrets. But why? Is it hiding something from us? Are there forces, or even intelligences, beyond our current understanding that are deliberately obscuring our view? Perhaps, in the great expanse of space, there is more to be discovered than we are capable of comprehending at this moment. And yet, the more we search, the more elusive the answers become. Take, for example, the countless celestial objects that drift through space, seemingly invisible to our senses. Some of these objects are so distant, so far removed from our experience, that they might as well be in another universe. Yet, they are here, floating in the same cosmic sea we inhabit, waiting to be noticed. And even when we do discover them, their true nature often eludes us. Why do they exist? What is their purpose? Are they just natural occurrences? Or could they be something more? Perhaps, like us, they are part of a much greater design. Perhaps they are the key to unlocking the deeper mysteries of the cosmos, messages from other civilizations, artifacts of ancient intelligences, or even clues about the very fabric of the universe itself. But what if they are hiding something from us? What if there is more to these objects than meets the eye? Consider 3I, Atlas, an object that was first discovered by astronomers in 2017. Its unusual speed and trajectory caught the attention of scientists, sparking theories about its origins. What if 3I, Atlas, is not just a passing visitor from another star system, but something more, something designed to catch our attention? What if its path through our solar system isn't random, but part of a larger plan? Could it be that this object is a message, a sign, or even a warning from another civilization? The possibility is tantalizing, but also unsettling. After all, if it is hiding something, then what else might be out there, just beyond our reach, waiting to be discovered? We are often taught to view space through the lens of scientific curiosity. It is a place to be explored, understood, and catalogued. But what if there is more to space than we have been led to believe? What if there are forces at play that are not easily understood? Forces that exist outside the scope of our current knowledge and technology. Perhaps the universe is not just a collection of physical phenomena, but a vast web of hidden connections, with threads that we have yet to untangle. It's easy to think of space as a static, predictable place, an endless void filled with distant stars and galaxies, each one following its own well-defined path. But the more we explore, the more we realize that space is far more dynamic and mysterious than we ever imagined. Objects like 3I, Atlas, which seem to defy our expectations, remind us that there are still vast swaths of the universe that remain beyond our comprehension. This mystery is part of what makes space so compelling. It beckons us to look deeper, to question everything we think we know, and to embrace the possibility that we are not alone in this vast cosmos. But what if the answers we seek are hidden? Not because the universe wants to keep them from us, but because we are simply not yet ready to understand them. Perhaps the universe is not so much a place of secrets as it is a vast, uncharted ocean, one that we have only just begun to explore. Still, what if there is more to discover in the stars above us, waiting patiently for us to find the courage to look deeper? What if we are on the verge of uncovering something truly extraordinary, something that will forever change our understanding of the universe and our place within it? The answers may not come easily, and they may never be as clear as we hope. But the search itself, is part of the journey. A journey that will continue to unfold, one discovery at a time. As we continue to reach into the unknown, we are reminded that we are just one small part of a much larger story, one that stretches across the vastness of space and time. Perhaps, in the end, the true purpose of our exploration is not to find all the answers, but to appreciate the beauty of the mystery itself. After all, it is the unknown that makes the universe so endlessly fascinating, and it is through this mystery that we may come to understand our place in the cosmos. The universe, in all its grandeur, is a place that challenges our ability to truly understand it. With each new discovery, we realize just how little we know, how many unknowns remain just beyond our reach. From the smallest subatomic particles to the vast expanses of intergalactic space, the mysteries of the cosmos continue to elude us. While humanity has made remarkable strides in science and technology, our understanding of the universe remains incomplete, and in many ways, we are still only scratching the surface. One of the most fundamental limits we face in our exploration of space is the sheer vastness of the universe itself. Light travels at an incredible speed, yet even at this speed, it takes billions of years for light to reach us from the farthest corners of the observable universe. To put this into perspective, the light from the nearest star, Proxima Centauri, takes over 4 years to reach Earth, and this is just one star in a galaxy of hundreds of billions. When we gaze into the night sky, we are seeing light that has traveled for millennia, carrying with it information from distant places and times. But what of the areas of the universe beyond the reach of even this light? The universe is far more vast than we can even begin to comprehend, and yet, we continue to try. Human perception, too, is a limiting factor in our understanding of the cosmos. Our senses are designed to experience the world around us in ways that serve our immediate needs. Our eyes are attuned to a narrow band of the electromagnetic spectrum, meaning that we can only see a small fraction of the light that exists in the universe. This is why astronomers rely on instruments that can detect wavelengths outside the visible spectrum: radio waves, infrared radiation, ultraviolet light, and even X-rays and gamma rays. These tools have allowed us to gain a more complete understanding of the universe, but they also highlight just how much of the cosmos remains hidden from our eyes. Our minds are similarly limited by the concepts and categories we use to make sense of the world. We think in terms of space and time, of mass and energy, of cause and effect. These are the frameworks that allow us to navigate our daily lives and to understand the natural world. But these concepts, while powerful, may not be sufficient to fully grasp the true nature of the universe. What if the laws of physics that govern the behavior of everyday objects do not apply in the same way at the cosmic scale? What if there are dimensions or forces that exist beyond our comprehension, operating in ways that are completely foreign to our experience? Even our technology, though advancing at an exponential rate, is still in its infancy when it comes to exploring the universe. The telescopes and spacecraft that have taken us to the edges of our solar system and beyond are incredible achievements, but they are still limited by distance, time, and our ability to process and interpret the data they send back. Space, after all, is vast, and the instruments we use to explore it are but small, fragile extensions of ourselves. Our most ambitious missions, whether sending probes to distant planets, sending rovers to explore the surface of Mars, or launching telescopes into orbit, are still bound by the fundamental constraints of physics and technology. The farther we go, the more we are confronted with the limitations of our tools and our understanding. There is also the question of time. The universe itself is nearly 14 billion years old, and the events we observe today are often the result of processes that began long before the first humans walked the Earth. When we look at distant galaxies, we are looking back in time, seeing light that has traveled for billions of years to reach us. This means that our understanding of the universe is always a step behind, based on observations of past events that have already unfolded. We cannot see the future, and even the present is a mere snapshot of an ongoing process. How can we ever fully understand a universe that is constantly changing, constantly evolving, and always moving beyond our reach? But perhaps the most profound limitation we face is the inherent uncertainty of the universe itself. In many ways, the cosmos is not a place of neat, predictable order, but one of randomness, chaos, and unpredictability. The behaviors of subatomic particles, the motion of galaxies, the formation of stars, all of these are governed by complex forces that we can barely begin to understand. Even the most well-established scientific theories, such as quantum mechanics and general relativity, are not fully reconciled with each other. They describe different aspects of reality, but they are not yet part of a unified theory that can explain everything. In this sense, the universe is full of gaps, gaps in our knowledge, gaps in our theories, and gaps in our understanding of what is possible. And yet, despite these limitations, we continue to strive for understanding. It is the human condition to seek answers, to explore the unknown, and to push the boundaries of knowledge. Our curiosity, our drive to understand the cosmos, is what has led to our most profound discoveries, from the nature of the atom to the expansion of the universe. We may not have all the answers, but the journey itself is what makes the pursuit of knowledge so compelling. In many ways, the unknown is not something to be feared, but something to be embraced. It is the very mystery of the universe that fuels our quest for discovery, and it is through this search that we continue to grow and evolve as a species. The universe may be vast, and our understanding may be limited, but it is through this limitation that we find our greatest strength. It is the unknown that inspires us to reach further, to question more deeply, and to explore what lies beyond the horizon. And while we may never fully comprehend the cosmos, it is this very journey into the unknown that makes our existence all the more meaningful. Perhaps, in the end, it is not the answers that matter most, but the questions we continue to ask. And with each question, we take another step closer to understanding our place in the infinite expanse of space. Curiosity is a driving force that has propelled humanity forward throughout history. From the earliest explorers to the most modern scientists, it is our natural instinct to question, to seek out the unknown, and to challenge the boundaries of our understanding. It is curiosity that drives us to look up at the stars, wondering about the vastness of the universe and what lies beyond our perception. It is this same curiosity that has led us to explore the deepest oceans, to venture into the furthest reaches of space, and to look for answers to questions that have no easy solutions. At its core, curiosity is an expression of our desire to understand the world around us. It is an innate part of being human, a thirst for knowledge that cannot be easily quenched. Throughout history, some of the most profound discoveries have been made by those who dared to question the status quo, to explore what others thought was impossible, or to examine the universe in ways that had never been considered before. This natural impulse to understand is what has led to our greatest advancements, from the discovery of fire to the invention of the wheel, from the development of electricity to the landing of humans on the moon. The pursuit of curiosity, however, is not always a straightforward journey. For every discovery, there are countless unanswered questions, and the answers we do find often lead to even more questions. In the realm of space exploration, the more we learn about the universe, the more we realize how much is still hidden from us. The search for extraterrestrial life, for example, is a pursuit driven by curiosity. For centuries, humanity has looked to the stars, wondering if we are alone in the universe. Despite our advances in technology and our exploration of other planets, we have yet to find definitive evidence of life beyond Earth. But this only deepens the mystery, and the lack of answers drives us to keep searching, to look deeper, and to think more creatively about the possibilities that exist. Curiosity is what fuels the search for meaning in the universe. It pushes us to ask questions about existence, about the nature of life, and about our place in the cosmos. As we learn more about the stars, the planets, and the galaxies, we begin to recognize that we are part of something much larger than ourselves. The universe is not just a collection of stars and planets, but a vast and intricate web of interconnected systems, each one contributing to the grand design of existence. And yet, despite all of our knowledge, there is still so much we don't understand. Take the search for dark matter and dark energy, for example. These are two of the greatest mysteries in modern physics, and they make up a large portion of the universe's mass and energy. Yet, we cannot directly observe them. We can only infer their existence based on their effects on visible matter. This unknown aspect of the universe is a reminder that for all our advancements, there are still forces at play that remain hidden, waiting for us to discover them. It is curiosity that drives scientists to explore these unseen forces, to look for ways to detect them, and to understand how they shape the universe around us. In the search for understanding, curiosity also leads us to reconsider the boundaries of what we know. Every scientific breakthrough challenges existing paradigms and forces us to rethink what we believe to be true. For example, when astronomers first observed galaxies moving away from us, it led to the realization that the universe is expanding. This discovery fundamentally changed our understanding of space and time, and it opened the door to the theory of the Big Bang, which proposes that the universe began as a singularity and has been expanding ever since. This shift in thinking was a direct result of curiosity, the willingness to ask new questions, challenge established ideas, and seek answers that had never before been imagined. Curiosity, however, is not limited to scientific exploration. It also plays a crucial role in our personal growth and development. It is what drives us to explore new ideas, to seek out new experiences, and to understand the world from different perspectives. Curiosity is what compels us to ask why and how, and it encourages us to never stop learning. In this way, curiosity is not just a tool for scientific discovery, it is a fundamental part of what makes us human. It is what keeps us looking for meaning in our lives, and what motivates us to continue striving for a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. In the context of space, curiosity takes on an even deeper significance. The universe, with all its complexity and mystery, calls to us in ways that are difficult to put into words. The more we explore, the more we realize how much we don't know, and yet, this realization only fuels our curiosity further. The desire to understand the cosmos is not just about finding answers, it is about embracing the mystery, acknowledging the unknown, and recognizing that the journey itself is as important as the destination. The search for meaning in the universe is not just about discovering new facts, it is about asking new questions. Every discovery opens up a new realm of possibilities, and each answer leads us to more profound and complex questions. What if the universe is full of mysteries we are not yet capable of understanding? What if the very act of seeking answers is what allows us to grow and evolve as a species? Perhaps the true purpose of our curiosity is not to find all the answers, but to continue asking questions, to keep exploring, and to never stop searching for the unknown. As we continue our journey into the cosmos, we are reminded that curiosity is not just a desire for knowledge, but a fundamental aspect of the human experience. It is what drives us to look beyond the stars, to seek out the mysteries of the universe, and to explore the possibilities that lie just beyond our reach. And as we look deeper into the vastness of space, we find that the more we know, the more we realize how much we have yet to discover. Still, the search itself is what makes the journey worthwhile. When we look up at the night sky, filled with countless stars, galaxies, and celestial bodies, we are reminded of our own smallness in the grand scheme of the universe. We are a tiny speck, orbiting a modest star in the outer reaches of a galaxy that is just one of billions. The universe, with its vastness and complexity, dwarfs our existence, and this realization brings with it a sense of cosmic humility. Humility, in this context, is not a sign of weakness, but a recognition of our limited understanding of the universe. It is an acknowledgement that no matter how much we learn, we are still only scratching the surface of the vast mysteries that surround us. The more we uncover, the more we realize how much is beyond our grasp. For all our advancements in science, technology, and exploration, we are still bound by the constraints of our human perspective. This sense of humility is essential for scientific progress. It encourages us to approach the unknown with respect, to understand that we do not have all the answers, and that many questions may remain unanswered for generations. When we consider the universe, it becomes clear that there is far more to discover than we could ever possibly hope to understand in our lifetimes. The universe is ancient, billions of years old, and it continues to evolve and change in ways that we can barely begin to comprehend. As humans, we are but a brief moment in the history of the cosmos, a fleeting existence on the cosmic scale. Yet, this cosmic humility is not something to fear. Instead, it is something to embrace. It is a reminder that there is much more out there than we could ever fully understand. And that is what makes the universe so endlessly fascinating. We are part of a much larger story, a story that stretches across time and space, far beyond the limits of our own experience. In this vast and mysterious universe, we are not the center of it all, but rather one small piece of an intricate and beautiful puzzle. As we continue to explore space, we are constantly reminded of the limits of our knowledge. The more we discover, the more we realize how much remains hidden. For example, the discovery of black holes was a monumental achievement in astrophysics, yet these mysterious objects continue to challenge our understanding of space and time. What we know about black holes is just the tip of the iceberg. We understand their gravity, their effects on nearby objects, and how they warp space-time. But the true nature of their interiors, what happens at the singularity, remains a mystery. The very concept of a black hole defies our intuitive understanding of the universe, pushing the boundaries of our knowledge and forcing us to confront the unknown. Similarly, the search for dark matter and dark energy reveals the limitations of our understanding. These two mysterious substances make up a vast portion of the universe's mass and energy, yet we cannot directly detect them. We only know of their existence through their gravitational effects on visible matter. What are they made of? How do they interact with the rest of the universe? These are questions we have yet to answer, but they remind us that there is still so much we don't know. It is easy to become overwhelmed by the enormity of it all, to feel insignificant in the face of such vast mysteries. But this sense of cosmic humility can also be a source of wonder. The universe is not something to conquer, but something to explore with awe and reverence. Our place in it is not one of dominance, but of curiosity and discovery. We are explorers on a journey, trying to understand our surroundings, our origins, and our purpose in the grand scheme of things. As we explore the far reaches of space, we are reminded that we are not separate from the universe, but an integral part of it. Every atom in our bodies was once forged in the heart of a star, and the same forces that shape the galaxies also shape our lives. The cosmic processes that have unfolded over billions of years have led to the emergence of life on Earth, and our understanding of the universe is a reflection of our connection to it. In this sense, our curiosity is not just a search for answers, but a way of deepening our relationship with the cosmos. Embracing cosmic humility also requires us to recognize that we are not the only ones asking questions. As we look for signs of extraterrestrial life, for example, we must acknowledge that there may be other civilizations out there, far more advanced than our own, that have already discovered answers to questions we are only beginning to ask. The possibility that we are not alone in the universe, that there may be other intelligent beings with their own curiosity and understanding, invites us to approach the search for meaning with humility. The universe is vast and filled with potential, and we may be just one of many intelligent species trying to make sense of our existence. Yet, while we acknowledge our smallness, we must also recognize our potential. Despite the vastness of the universe, we have the capacity to make extraordinary discoveries, to push the boundaries of knowledge, and to continue our journey of exploration. The humility we feel in the face of the cosmos is not a resignation to our limitations, but a recognition of the immense possibilities that lie ahead. It is a reminder that our journey is just beginning, and that the unknown is not something to fear, but something to embrace. In the end, cosmic humility is not about feeling insignificant. It is about recognizing that the universe is much larger than we are, and that our understanding of it will always be limited. But it is also about appreciating the beauty of that mystery, the wonder of discovery, and the endless potential for growth and exploration. It is through this humility that we continue to learn, to grow, and to find our place in the cosmos. Space, in its vast expanse, is silent. It is a silence that echoes across the universe, stretching from the farthest reaches of distant galaxies to the quiet expanse of the void between stars. Unlike the sounds we are accustomed to on Earth, space is devoid of the vibrations that create noise. There is no air to carry sound waves, no medium through which to transmit the familiar hums and roars of daily life. And yet, this silence does not mean emptiness. It is a profound stillness, one that invites contemplation and reflection. The absence of sound in space is not just a scientific fact. It is a reminder of the profound differences between our existence on Earth and the world beyond. On Earth, sound is a constant companion. Voices, wind, music, the hum of machines. It is woven into the fabric of our daily experience. We often take it for granted, not pausing to think about how much we rely on sound to communicate, to navigate our world, and to make sense of our surroundings. But in space, that constant background of sound disappears, leaving us to confront the vast silence of the cosmos. This silence is not just a physical characteristic of space, it is also symbolic. It speaks to the isolation we feel as we look up at the stars, as we try to comprehend our place in the universe. Despite our technological advancements and our ability to peer into the depths of space, we remain alone in the vastness of it all. We are a solitary species, trying to make sense of a cosmos that seems indifferent to our presence. And yet, this silence is not entirely devoid of meaning. It is, in fact, one of the most profound aspects of our exploration of space. The search for extraterrestrial life is a search that is, in many ways, shaped by this silence. For decades, scientists have listened for signals from other civilizations, hoping for some indication that we are not alone in the universe. Programs like SETI, the search for extraterrestrial intelligence, have scanned the skies for radio waves, trying to detect transmissions from distant worlds. And yet, despite our best efforts, the silence persists. We have heard nothing. No signs of alien life, no messages, no indication that there is anyone out there reaching out to us. This silence is often referred to as the Great Silence or the Fermi Paradox, the contradiction between the high probability of extraterrestrial civilizations existing and the complete lack of evidence for them. In a universe that is billions of years old, with billions of stars and even more planets, the absence of communication or signs of intelligent life is puzzling. Why, if there are so many potential civilizations, have we heard nothing? Is it possible that intelligent life is so rare that we are truly alone? Or could it be that other civilizations are out there, but they too are bound by the same silence that surrounds us? Some theorists suggest that the silence we experience is not accidental. What if the silence is intentional? Perhaps advanced civilizations are deliberately hiding their presence, choosing not to communicate with us for reasons we cannot understand. This idea is often explored in the realm of science fiction, where extraterrestrial civilizations may be aware of us, yet choose to remain hidden, either out of caution or indifference. The idea of a galactic zoo suggests that advanced civilizations may be intentionally avoiding contact with us, observing us from a distance without intervening in our development. This hypothesis raises profound questions about the nature of intelligence and the ethics of cosmic interaction. Yet, the silence could also be a reflection of our own limitations. Perhaps we are not listening in the right way, or perhaps we lack the technology to detect the signals that are out there. Our instruments are designed to listen to certain types of signals, radio waves, light emissions, and other forms of electromagnetic radiation. But what if extraterrestrial civilizations are using communication methods that we cannot detect? What if they are communicating in ways that are completely outside our understanding of physics and technology? The silence, in this case, may not be a reflection of a lack of other life, but of our inability to hear it. There is also the possibility that the silence we hear is not the end of the story, but rather the beginning of a deeper inquiry. The universe is not silent simply because we have not yet found anything. It may be silent because there is much more to discover beneath the surface. The search for meaning in space, the search for life and intelligence, it is not just about finding immediate answers. It is about asking the right questions and being open to the possibility that what we find may be completely unexpected. The silence of space also speaks to something deeper about the human experience. It is a reminder of our place in the universe, our smallness in the face of an expanse that stretches beyond our comprehension. It is easy to forget how little we truly know when we are surrounded by the noise and distractions of daily life. But in space, there are no distractions, no noise to drown out our thoughts. The silence forces us to confront the vastness of the unknown, to recognize that there is so much more out there than we can possibly understand in our short lifetimes. And yet, this silence is not something to fear, it is something to embrace. It is an invitation to listen, to be patient, and to approach the cosmos with a sense of wonder and curiosity. Perhaps the silence is not a barrier, but a gateway. Perhaps the absence of noise is an opportunity for reflection, for deeper understanding, and for connection with the mysteries of the universe that are yet to be revealed. In a way, the silence of space is not unlike the silence we experience when we step away from the noise of our daily lives. In these moments of quiet, we are able to hear ourselves more clearly, to think more deeply, and to open ourselves to new possibilities. Similarly, the silence of space invites us to look beyond our immediate surroundings and to contemplate the mysteries that lie beyond the stars. It is a reminder that the universe is full of wonders yet to be discovered, and that we are part of a much larger story, one that is still unfolding in the quiet expanse of the cosmos. As we venture further into the mysteries of space, we are confronted with the possibility that we are not alone in the universe. But what if the intelligence we are searching for is not as easily detectable as we might expect? What if there are forms of intelligence that exist in ways beyond our understanding, hiding just beyond the reach of our current perceptions and technologies? The idea that there might be hidden intelligences in the universe, ones that are deliberately or unknowingly concealed from us, raises profound questions about what intelligence is and how it can manifest. For centuries, humans have been searching for signs of intelligent life beyond Earth. The quest for extraterrestrial civilizations has been one of the driving forces behind space exploration. And yet, despite our best efforts, we have found no definitive evidence of other intelligent beings. The silence of space, as we have discussed, is both haunting and puzzling. Yet, what if this silence is not the absence of intelligence, but rather a reflection of the hidden nature of intelligence itself? The concept of hidden intelligence challenges our conventional understanding of what intelligence island. On Earth, we associate intelligence with the ability to communicate, to manipulate the environment, and to solve complex problems. We look for signals, radio waves, patterns, and other forms of communication that suggest a mind at work. But what if intelligence does not necessarily need to communicate in ways that we recognize? What if it exists in forms that we cannot yet comprehend, operating according to principles that are alien to our understanding of the world? One possibility is that intelligence could exist in ways that do not rely on technology or communication as we know it. We often think of intelligence in terms of advanced machinery, spaceships, or complex signals transmitted across vast distances. However, could there be forms of intelligence that are not technological at all? What if there are civilizations whose very existence is based on principles of nature that we have not yet discovered or understood? Could intelligent life exist in forms we cannot even perceive, operating on frequencies or in dimensions beyond our current scientific frameworks? The idea of hidden intelligence also touches on the possibility that there are civilizations that have advanced far beyond our current level of understanding. What if there are civilizations in the universe that have evolved in ways that we cannot imagine, possessing knowledge and technologies that seem impossible to us? These civilizations might be able to manipulate the very fabric of space and time, harness energy from unknown sources, or travel across vast distances using methods that we can barely begin to understand. In this scenario, intelligence would not only be hidden from us, but also far beyond our current capacity to even recognize it. But what if hidden intelligence is not just a product of advanced civilizations? What if intelligence itself is a fundamental aspect of the universe, woven into the very fabric of space-time? Theories such as panpsychism propose that consciousness or intelligence is not confined to complex organisms, but is instead a property of all matter. In this view, even the smallest particles in the universe may possess some form of intelligence or awareness. If this is the case, then intelligence could be present throughout the cosmos, hidden in plain sight. We might be surrounded by forms of intelligence we cannot detect or comprehend, simply because we are not yet equipped to understand them. The search for hidden intelligence also brings us back to the question of purpose. If intelligence exists beyond our perception, what is its role in the universe? Could there be a higher purpose, or a grand design that we are not yet capable of understanding? Some philosophers and scientists have speculated that the universe itself might be the product of an intelligent force or entity, one that has shaped the cosmos and continues to guide its evolution. This idea is often explored in the realms of cosmology and metaphysics, where the question of whether the universe is a random occurrence or the result of deliberate design has intrigued thinkers for millennia. Yet, if there is hidden intelligence in the universe, why have we not encountered it? The vastness of space makes it difficult to detect even the most obvious signals, and the limits of our technology and understanding may prevent us from recognizing the signs of intelligence when they do appear. In addition, the nature of advanced or hidden intelligence may be such that it is deliberately avoiding detection. The idea that more advanced civilizations may choose not to reveal themselves to us is a common hypothesis in discussions about extraterrestrial life. They may choose to remain silent, watching us from a distance, perhaps out of caution, or because they perceive our species as too primitive or unworthy of contact. Still, the possibility of hidden intelligence calls us to examine our assumptions about the nature of life and consciousness. We tend to think of intelligence in terms of a linear progression. More complex organisms are more intelligent, and intelligence is something that develops over time. However, this view may be limiting. What if intelligence takes forms that do not follow a linear path, and instead exist in ways that are completely foreign to us? What if the intelligence we seek is not something we can detect with our current tools, but is instead an entirely different way of being, one that requires us to radically shift our perspective on life and consciousness? There is also the possibility that we are not the only intelligent beings in the universe, but that intelligence is so rare that we are simply too early in our development to make contact with other civilizations. Perhaps the universe is filled with intelligent life, but these civilizations are scattered across vast distances, with the time it takes to communicate or travel between them far exceeding our current capabilities. In this case, the silence is not a sign of absence, but of distance, both physical and temporal. As we continue our search for answers, the concept of hidden intelligence invites us to expand our definition of what intelligence is and how it might manifest. It encourages us to look beyond the traditional markers of intelligence, communication, technology, and problem-solving, and to consider the possibility that intelligence exists in forms we cannot yet detect or understand. Perhaps, as we advance in our exploration of the cosmos, we will begin to encounter new ways of being and new forms of intelligence that challenge our assumptions about the universe and our place in it. What if the greatest discoveries of all those that will forever change our understanding of the cosmos are waiting just beyond the boundaries of our current knowledge? Perhaps, in embracing the unknown and recognizing the potential for hidden intelligence, we are not just learning more about the universe, we are learning more about ourselves. As humanity looks further into the cosmos, the vastness of space often feels as though it stretches beyond the limits of our imagination. For centuries, we have been developing technologies to explore our world and the universe beyond it, from the first telescopes to the latest space probes. Yet, despite our advancements, we are still only beginning to scratch the surface of what might be possible. The more we discover, the more we realize that the technologies required to understand and interact with the universe could be far more advanced than anything we can currently conceive. The rapid pace of technological development on Earth is staggering. In just the last century, we have gone from sending humans to the moon to planning manned missions to Mars, from using basic radios to exploring the farthest reaches of the cosmos with powerful telescopes. Yet, as we venture deeper into space, we are confronted with the realization that much of the technology we currently rely on may be insufficient for the kinds of exploration we envision in the future. The distances between stars, the enormity of space, and the challenges of sustaining human life in hostile environments all point to the need for technologies that surpass our current capabilities. What if the technologies we dream of, those that could allow us to travel to distant stars, manipulate time and space, or even communicate across vast cosmic distances, are not as far out of reach as we think? Some scientists believe that advanced civilizations, potentially far older and more advanced than our own, may already possess technologies that would seem like magic to us. These technologies might operate on principles of physics that we have yet to discover or fully understand. The idea of faster-than-light travel, for example, is a concept that has long been relegated to science fiction, but recent advancements in theoretical physics have suggested that it may not be entirely outside the realm of possibility. One such concept is the Alcubierre drive, a theoretical idea for faster-than-light travel proposed by physicist Miguel Alcubierre. The drive would work by contracting space in front of a spacecraft and expanding it behind, creating a warp bubble that moves the spacecraft faster than the speed of light. This idea, though speculative, suggests that the laws of physics may allow for the manipulation of space itself in ways we currently don't fully understand. If such technology were to exist, it could revolutionize space travel, allowing us to reach distant star systems in a fraction of the time it would take with current propulsion methods. But faster-than-light travel is just the tip of the iceberg. Imagine technologies that could manipulate gravity, alter the fabric of space-time, or even harness the energy of stars. These ideas are not just fanciful dreams, but have roots in theoretical physics and advanced engineering. The concept of harnessing the energy of stars, for example, has been proposed in the form of Dyson spheres, hypothetical megastructures built around stars to capture their energy. A civilization capable of constructing such a structure would have access to virtually unlimited power, transforming their ability to travel, communicate, and survive in the harsh environments of space. The idea of advanced technologies also raises the question of what kind of materials and resources would be required to build such machines. As we explore space, we are discovering that many of the resources needed for advanced technology might exist in abundance beyond our planet. The Moon, Mars, and asteroids are rich in raw materials that could be mined and used to build the infrastructure necessary for long-term space exploration. In fact, some scientists believe that the key to future space exploration might lie in our ability to mine these extraterrestrial resources, enabling us to build the technologies that will take us further into the cosmos than ever before. Yet, as we contemplate these possibilities, we must also acknowledge that we are still in the infancy of our technological development. The space missions we've conducted so far have only scratched the surface of what's possible. Our spacecraft are limited by the laws of physics and the constraints of current propulsion systems, and human space exploration is still confined to the boundaries of our own solar system. The challenges of traveling to distant stars, surviving in space for extended periods, and sustaining life in hostile environments are immense, and the technologies we need to address these challenges are still being developed. What if the advanced technologies we need already exist in some form, waiting to be discovered? What if there are civilizations out there that have already mastered these technologies, using them to explore the universe in ways we can't even begin to imagine? The possibility that we are on the brink of discovering or developing technologies that will forever change our understanding of space is a tantalizing one. But the question remains: will we be able to comprehend and use these technologies when we encounter them? In many ways, the future of space exploration is limited not by the laws of nature, but by our ability to imagine what is possible. As we continue to push the boundaries of science and technology, we open ourselves to new ways of thinking about space and our place within it. What if we could one day manipulate gravity, harness the power of stars, or travel to distant galaxies in the blink of an eye? These ideas may seem outlandish, but they are grounded in the same spirit of curiosity and exploration that has driven humanity forward for millennia. The technologies of the future may not be the stuff of science fiction. They may already be on the horizon, waiting for us to unlock their potential. As we continue to explore the unknown, we will undoubtedly encounter challenges and setbacks, but it is through these challenges that we will develop the advanced technologies that will take us further into the cosmos, allowing us to discover new worlds, unravel the mysteries of the universe, and perhaps even make contact with civilizations far more advanced than our own. In the end, the concept of advanced technologies is not just about the machines we build or the scientific breakthroughs we achieve. It is about the way these technologies will transform our understanding of space and time, our place in the universe, and the potential for humanity to reach beyond our home planet. As we look to the future, we must embrace the unknown and continue to push the boundaries of what is possible, for it is in these unknowns that the greatest discoveries await. For centuries, humanity has wondered whether we are truly alone in the universe. This question has captivated the minds of philosophers, scientists, and dreamers alike, fueling a search for answers that stretches from the first telescope to the most advanced space missions. As we look out into the vastness of space, with its billions of stars and even more planets, the possibility of extraterrestrial life seems inevitable. Yet, despite all our efforts, we have found no definitive evidence. The search for extraterrestrial life is not just a quest for alien beings, it is an exploration of our own place in the cosmos. What does it mean to be alive? What is the nature of life? And how can we recognize it in forms that are radically different from our own? This search raises fundamental questions about the nature of life, intelligence, and existence itself. It forces us to examine what makes life unique to Earth, and what conditions might allow it to exist elsewhere in the universe. The search begins with a simple observation. The universe is vast, and within this vastness, there are countless stars, many of which have planets in their habitable zones. The region around a star where conditions might be right for liquid water to exist. Water, as we know, is essential for life, as we understand it. With billions of stars and even more planets, the potential for life to exist elsewhere seems almost certain. In fact, scientists have identified thousands of exoplanets, planets that orbit stars outside our solar system that may harbor the conditions necessary for life. Yet, despite the abundance of planets that could theoretically support life, we have not found direct evidence of extraterrestrial life. The search for signs of life has taken many forms, from the search for microbial life on Mars to the study of the atmospheres of distant exoplanets for signs of biosignatures. In recent years, missions like the Mars rovers and the James Webb Space Telescope have expanded our ability to detect signs of life. But the question remains, are we looking in the right places, or are we missing something fundamental about how life exists beyond Earth? The possibility of extraterrestrial life goes beyond just microbial life. It also encompasses the potential for intelligent civilizations. The idea that there may be other technologically advanced species out there, capable of communication or even interstellar travel, has fascinated humanity for centuries. The search for extraterrestrial intelligence, SETI, is a field dedicated to scanning the cosmos for signals that might indicate the presence of intelligent beings. Yet, despite decades of listening to radio waves and other forms of communication, we have found nothing. This absence of evidence, often referred to as the Fermi paradox, poses a deep puzzle. Given the vast number of stars and planets in the universe, the high likelihood that other intelligent civilizations exist, and the potential for them to have developed technologies far more advanced than our own, the question arises, why haven't we found them? Some propose that intelligent civilizations are simply too far apart in time and space to make contact. The distances between stars are so vast that even if another civilization exists, they may be too far away for us to detect their signals or to make contact. Others suggest that extraterrestrial civilizations might be deliberately avoiding us. The zoo hypothesis proposes that advanced civilizations may observe us from a distance but avoid direct interaction, perhaps to allow us to develop independently, much like we might observe animals in a zoo without interfering in their natural behaviors. If this is the case, it raises intriguing questions about the ethics of contact and the responsibilities that might come with meeting other civilizations. There is also the possibility that extraterrestrial civilizations are using technologies or communication methods that we cannot detect. Our tools are designed to listen for specific types of signals, such as radio waves or light emissions. But what if extraterrestrial intelligence communicates in ways that we have not yet imagined? They may be using forms of communication that are completely outside our current understanding of physics, or they might be operating on frequencies that are imperceptible to our instruments. In this case, the silence of space could be a result of our own limitations, not a lack of other life. The discovery of extraterrestrial life would be one of the most profound events in human history, fundamentally changing our understanding of our place in the universe. It would challenge many of our assumptions about life, intelligence, and the nature of existence. If we were to encounter intelligent beings, it could alter the course of human history, prompting us to reevaluate our beliefs, our technologies, and our future as a species. But the search for life is not just about discovering aliens. It is about understanding ourselves. In searching for life beyond Earth, we are also searching for answers to the most profound questions of existence. Why are we here? How did life begin? What is our purpose in the vast expanse of space? Still, as we continue to search, we are reminded that the universe is an incredibly complex and mysterious place. Perhaps life is more elusive than we have imagined, or perhaps we are simply looking in the wrong places. There may be forms of life out there that are so different from our own that we cannot even recognize them. The search for extraterrestrial life, in a sense, is a search for understanding not just of the universe, but of ourselves. It is a quest that pushes the boundaries of our knowledge, challenging us to think beyond our own experiences and to consider the possibilities that exist in the unknown. In the end, the search for life beyond Earth is not just about finding aliens. It is about exploring the depths of the universe and our place within it. It is about seeking out the mysteries that lie hidden in the cosmos, and in doing so, finding a deeper understanding of what it means to be alive. Perhaps, as we continue our journey into the stars, we will discover that the most profound discoveries are not the ones that bring us answers, but the ones that lead us to ask new questions, questions that we have never considered before, and that will guide us toward an even greater understanding of the cosmos. As we look into the endless expanse of space, one of the most striking feelings that can arise is that of cosmic loneliness. It's a profound, almost existential emotion, one that strikes us when we consider the vast emptiness that surrounds us in the universe. The stars, the galaxies, the planets, all of them are scattered across an unimaginable expanse, with immense distances separating even the closest of them. In this vast void, our Earth, our home, seems so small, so fragile, and perhaps even inconsequential. Yet, cosmic loneliness is not just a feeling of isolation. It is also a reflection of something deeper, our yearning for connection. As human beings, we are social creatures, hardwired to seek out relationships, meaning, and understanding from others. We form bonds with one another, create communities, and share experiences. Our lives are, in many ways, defined by these connections. But in the context of the universe, those connections seem to fade away into the background noise of the cosmos. The silence of space amplifies this feeling. Unlike the bustling, interconnected world we experience on Earth, space is devoid of familiar sounds, voices, and activity. It is a place where time and space stretch out infinitely, and where everything we know and experience seems insignificant in comparison. The realization that we may be alone in such an enormous universe can stir feelings of existential uncertainty. Are we truly alone in this cosmic expanse? Or is there something or someone else out there that we have yet to discover? This cosmic loneliness, however, is not necessarily a cause for despair. It can also be a source of wonder. The very fact that we are aware of our smallness in the vastness of the universe is an extraordinary thing. We have the ability to reflect on our place in the cosmos, to question our existence, and to search for meaning beyond ourselves. In a sense, our awareness of cosmic loneliness is what drives us to explore the universe in the first place. It pushes us to look beyond our planet, to reach for the stars, and to find connection in places where we might not have thought to look. The search for extraterrestrial life is, in many ways, an attempt to alleviate this cosmic loneliness. By seeking other life forms, by hoping to find evidence that we are not alone in the universe, we are seeking a deeper connection to something larger than ourselves, to something that transcends our own human experience. The discovery of even the simplest form of life beyond Earth would be a monumental moment in human history, as it would confirm that we are not alone in this vast expanse. But what if this search, this yearning for connection, is part of what defines us as a species? Perhaps, in a universe filled with billions of stars and countless planets, we are simply too early in our development to make contact with other civilizations. The vast distances between stars are one of the greatest challenges in space exploration, and even if intelligent civilizations exist, they may be separated from us by such vast stretches of time and space that the odds of us meeting or communicating are slim. Yet, the search continues. Our curiosity, our longing for connection, drives us to keep looking, even when the chances seem astronomically low. The loneliness we experience when we consider the vastness of space is a reminder of how much we have yet to understand. The universe is not just a physical space, it is also a place of potential, filled with questions that we have not yet answered. Every star, every galaxy, every distant planet represents a part of the puzzle that we have yet to solve. Our loneliness is not an end, but a beginning, a catalyst for our curiosity, our exploration, and our desire to understand the mysteries that lie beyond our reach. But what if this cosmic loneliness is not just about physical isolation? Could it also reflect something more profound, about the nature of intelligence and existence itself? What if the loneliness we feel is not a result of being alone in the universe, but a reflection of the fact that we are searching for something that transcends our current understanding of what life and connection mean? In a universe that is so vast, so ancient, it may be that our desire for connection is rooted in something deeper than our immediate surroundings, a longing for something that we cannot yet articulate. Perhaps the cosmic loneliness we feel is not a solitary experience but a shared one, a feeling that all sentient beings in the universe experience as they look out into the unknown. It is the awareness that, in the grand scope of space and time, we are just one tiny speck. Yet it is also the awareness that, through our curiosity, our exploration, and our search for meaning, we are part of something much larger. In our quest to understand the universe, we may find that the very loneliness we feel is what connects us to the cosmos. It is the very fact of our searching, our wondering, and our striving to understand that gives our lives meaning in the face of such vast emptiness. The exploration of space, the search for other life, and the contemplation of our place in the universe are all ways in which we seek to confront and transcend this loneliness. Through our curiosity and our determination to explore, we reach out to the stars, hoping to find answers and connections that will bring us closer to understanding our purpose. But even if we never make contact with other civilizations, even if the silence of space remains unbroken, the act of looking up at the stars, of questioning our existence and our place in the cosmos, is in itself a meaningful journey. Still, the vast emptiness of space continues to remind us of how little we truly know. And in this uncertainty, we find the true beauty of exploration, not just in the answers we find, but in the questions we continue to ask. In this endless expanse, we are all searching for connection, for meaning, and for understanding. The cosmic loneliness we feel is not an end, but a part of the journey, a journey that will continue as long as we look up at the stars and wonder what lies beyond. The universe is a vast and mysterious place, filled with countless wonders that we can barely comprehend. The more we explore, the more we realize how little we truly know. For every discovery, there are still countless unknowns, puzzles that remain unsolved, questions that remain unanswered. The infinite nature of the cosmos means that the unknown stretches far beyond our reach, and as we push the boundaries of our knowledge, we are confronted with the humbling realization that there is always more to discover. In some ways, the unknown is what makes space so captivating. It draws us in, compelling us to look deeper, to search for meaning, and to seek out answers to questions we haven't even thought to ask. But the unknown is also a reminder of how small we are in the grand scheme of things. No matter how far we travel, no matter how advanced our technology becomes, the universe remains vast and largely beyond our understanding. We are like explorers on the edge of an uncharted continent, where every step forward leads to new horizons, yet we are still only scratching the surface. Take the concept of dark matter and dark energy, for example. These two mysterious forces make up roughly 95% of the universe, yet we know very little about them. We can detect their presence only by their gravitational effects on visible matter, but we cannot directly observe or measure them. They are invisible to our instruments, and yet they dominate the structure and behavior of the cosmos. The question of what dark matter and dark energy are remains one of the greatest mysteries in modern physics, and as we strive to understand them, we are confronted with the humbling realization that there may be forces at work in the universe that are beyond our current comprehension. The unknown is not limited to the small-scale mysteries of the universe. It extends to the very nature of space and time itself. General relativity and quantum mechanics are two of the most successful theories in physics, yet they are not compatible with one another. While general relativity describes the behavior of large-scale objects, like planets and galaxies, quantum mechanics governs the microscopic world of particles and energy. Despite their individual successes, these two theories cannot be reconciled in a single framework. This leaves us with a fundamental gap in our understanding of the universe, a gap that we may never be able to bridge. The search for a unified theory of everything, one that can explain both the large and small scales of the universe, is ongoing, but we may never fully succeed. The infinite unknown may be built into the very fabric of the universe itself, reminding us that some mysteries may remain beyond our grasp forever. As we explore the cosmos, we are constantly reminded of our limitations. Our telescopes, spacecraft, and sensors allow us to observe distant stars, planets, and galaxies, but they can only reveal so much. There are vast regions of space that we will never be able to reach, let alone explore. The distances between stars are so great that even light, traveling at the speed of 299,792 kilometers per second, takes years, decades, and even centuries to reach us from distant parts of the universe. And beyond the observable universe lies a vast expanse that we will never be able to access, a region of space that is beyond the reach of even the most advanced instruments. The infinite nature of the universe means that there will always be places we cannot go, things we cannot see, and mysteries we cannot unravel. Yet, despite the vastness of the unknown, humanity continues to reach outward, driven by an insatiable curiosity. The search for knowledge is a fundamental part of what it means to be human. We are compelled to look beyond our immediate surroundings, to explore the world beyond our planet, and to understand the forces that govern the universe. It is this drive to explore the unknown that has led to some of our greatest achievements, from the discovery of the laws of motion to the landing of humans on the moon. And even though we may never fully understand the cosmos, the pursuit of knowledge is what keeps us moving forward. The infinite unknown also holds a certain beauty. It is the mystery itself that makes space so alluring. If we knew everything, if all the answers were already in our grasp, the universe might lose its sense of wonder. The unknown is what keeps us dreaming, what inspires us to look up at the stars and wonder what lies beyond. It is the mystery of the cosmos that fuels our creativity and imagination, that pushes us to think beyond what is known and to imagine what could be. Without the unknown, there would be no exploration, no discovery, and no progress. In this sense, the infinite unknown is not something to fear but something to embrace. It is a reminder that there is always more to learn, more to discover, and more to explore. The universe is full of wonders, both seen and unseen, and as we continue to search for answers, we find that each new discovery only leads to more questions. And in this endless pursuit of knowledge, we come to realize that the journey itself is just as important as the destination. As we continue our exploration of the cosmos, we are reminded that the unknown is not a barrier, but a gateway. It is a challenge that invites us to think bigger, to reach further, and to strive for greater understanding. And though we may never fully understand the infinite vastness of the universe, it is through our pursuit of the unknown that we find meaning, purpose, and a deeper connection to the cosmos. Perhaps, in the end, the infinite unknown is not something that will ever be fully understood. It is simply a part of the universe, an inherent aspect of the cosmos that will always remain just beyond our grasp. But rather than a source of frustration, it is a source of wonder, a reminder that there is always more to discover, and that the journey of exploration is never truly finished. Time, in the context of space exploration, is an ever-present yet elusive factor. As we gaze at the stars, we are not only looking into the vastness of space, but also into the past. The light from distant stars and galaxies takes years, decades, and even millions of years to reach Earth. What we see when we look up at the sky is not a snapshot of the present moment, but a reflection of what those stars looked like long ago. In this way, space exploration is inextricably tied to time, not just as a tool of measurement, but as a concept that shapes our understanding of the universe itself. The concept of time in space is not simple. It is relative, fluid, and connected to the very fabric of space itself. According to Einstein's theory of general relativity, time does not pass at the same rate everywhere. The closer an object is to a massive body, such as a planet or a star, the slower time flows relative to an object further away. This phenomenon, known as time dilation, becomes especially apparent when considering space travel. As we move farther from Earth and approach other stars or galaxies, time would pass differently for us than it would for those left behind. This creates a fascinating paradox. Space travel allows us to explore distant parts of the universe, but in doing so, we may experience time in a way that separates us from Earth's timeline. The idea of time dilation also introduces a layer of complexity to the future of space exploration. As human missions venture beyond our solar system, they may encounter time differentials that challenge the way we think about long-term travel. For example, if we were to travel to a distant star system, the time we spend getting there may be far greater than the time that passes back on Earth. This raises profound questions about the nature of exploration itself. How do we plan for missions that will span lifetimes? How do we prepare for a future where the passage of time is not uniform across all travelers? The journey into the unknown is not just a physical one. It is a journey through time itself. Yet, even as time dilation presents challenges, it also opens up new possibilities for exploration. In the distant future, space travel could allow us to explore regions of the universe that are millions of light years away. These distant parts of the cosmos are so far removed from us that they appear to be frozen in time, offering a unique glimpse into the past. If we could travel far enough, we might witness the early stages of galaxy formation or the birth of stars, events that took place billions of years ago but are still visible to us today. In this sense, space exploration offers a window into time itself, a chance to witness the universe in its most ancient form. At the same time, the concept of time in space forces us to reconsider our relationship with it. On Earth, time is something we measure and control, a constant that governs our lives. We wake up at the same time every day, go to work, and experience the world within the framework of hours, minutes, and seconds. In space, however, time becomes more malleable, more fluid. The distance between us and distant stars means that the concept of time as we know it loses its uniformity. A journey that would take us mere months in Earth years could stretch into decades, or even centuries, depending on the distance and the speed of travel. In this sense, time becomes a variable, a force that can stretch, contract, and reshape the way we experience the universe. The role of time also plays a significant part in our understanding of the origins of the universe. The concept of the Big Bang, the event that marked the beginning of the universe, provides a point in time from which everything we know has unfolded. As we look deeper into space, we are essentially looking back in time, observing the remnants of ancient events that occurred billions of years ago. The farther we peer into space, the farther back in time we are able to look. This allows us to witness the evolution of galaxies, the birth and death of stars, and the formation of planets, all of which have shaped the universe as we know it. But time also reminds us of the limitations of our own existence. The span of a human life is brief when compared to the age of the universe. Our lifetimes are fleeting moments in the grand timeline of cosmic history. Yet, in our search for understanding, we are able to reach beyond our individual lives, leaving behind a legacy that will continue to shape the future of space exploration. The technology we develop, the missions we embark on, and the knowledge we gain are not confined to our own time. They will persist, contributing to the collective effort to understand the universe long after we are gone. The concept of time in space also raises questions about the future of humanity. As we continue to push the boundaries of exploration, we may eventually face the need to consider intergenerational missions that span generations, where the explorers who set out on these journeys may not live to see their destination. This idea has profound implications for our understanding of human life and our role in the universe. If space exploration becomes a multi-generational endeavor, how will we plan for the long-term survival of our species? How will we ensure that the knowledge and purpose of such missions are passed down through the generations, ensuring that the exploration of the cosmos is carried on by future generations? Still, time is a powerful force in space, and it shapes everything we know about the universe. It influences the way we explore, the way we understand the cosmos, and the way we perceive our place in it. As we venture deeper into space, we are reminded that time is not just a tool for measuring events, it is a force that binds the universe together. The mysteries of space are not just hidden in distant stars and galaxies, they are woven into the fabric of time itself. In the end, time in space serves as both a challenge and a gateway, a reminder of the vastness of the universe and the potential for exploration that lies ahead. It is through our understanding of time and our ability to navigate it that we will continue to push the boundaries of what is possible in our quest to uncover the deepest secrets of the cosmos. The discovery of 3I, Atlas, was a momentous event in the world of astronomy. The interstellar object, speeding through our solar system at an extraordinary rate, captivated the scientific community and the public alike. But for all the attention it garnered, one aspect of 3I, Atlas, remains shrouded in mystery: the composition of the object itself. What is it made of? What secrets might its materials hold? And how could its composition help us better understand the forces at play in the universe? These are the questions that linger, drawing astronomers to study the object in greater detail. At first glance, 3I, Atlas appears to be just another interstellar object, a rocky or icy body traveling through space. But its unusual speed, trajectory, and the way it seems to change its path as it passes through our solar system have led some to speculate that there may be more to this object than meets the eye. Could its composition be more than just a simple mix of rock and ice? Could it be something more complex, or even artificial? To answer these questions, scientists have used a variety of techniques to analyze the object. Telescopes, both ground-based and space-based, have been employed to observe 3I, Atlas's size, shape, and reflectivity, while spectroscopic data has been used to determine the chemical makeup of its surface. What they have found so far is intriguing, but far from conclusive. The first thing that stands out about 3I, Atlas, is its speed. The object is traveling through our solar system at an unprecedented speed, much faster than any object we have observed within our solar system. This has led to speculation about its origins, as objects within our solar system typically travel much slower. Its speed suggests that it is not gravitationally bound to our sun, and that it is coming from a distant star system, possibly from the other side of the galaxy. But its speed alone is not enough to explain its behavior. There is something more at play here, a force, a mechanism that is causing 3I, Atlas, to behave in ways we don't fully understand. In addition to its unusual speed, scientists have also observed that the object's trajectory appears to be altered by forces beyond what we would expect from gravitational interactions alone. This has led to the hypothesis that 3I, Atlas is experiencing some kind of pressure from an external force, perhaps from radiation, solar wind, or even something more exotic. These forces could be affecting its path through space, causing it to behave in ways that challenge our current understanding of interstellar objects. But what could be causing this effect? The question remains unanswered, and the object's composition could hold the key to understanding these unusual changes. What if the material that makes up 3I, Atlas, is something entirely unexpected? Some scientists have proposed that the object could be a remnant of a comet or asteroid that has been traveling through interstellar space for billions of years. the cold, dark depths of space could preserve objects like 3I, Atlas, allowing them to survive for eons without being altered by the forces we typically associate with our solar system. If this is the case, 3I, Atlas could be a time capsule, offering a glimpse into the ancient history of the universe and the processes that shape the formation of stars and planets. Yet, there is another possibility that 3I, Atlas, could be something entirely different. Some have speculated that the object might not be a natural formation at all. The way it has traveled through our solar system, coupled with its strange behavior, has led some to wonder if it could be an artificial object, a probe or spacecraft from a distant civilization. If this is the case, then the composition of 3I, Atlas, would take on even greater significance. What if it were made from materials far beyond what we know? Could its structure and composition hold clues about the technologies of alien civilizations? The idea that 3I, Atlas, might be artificial is, of course, highly speculative, but it raises a deeper question. Could we be missing the signals of intelligence that are hidden in plain sight? If there are advanced civilizations out there, could they be using materials or technologies that we are not yet capable of recognizing? The possibility that 3I, Atlas, is a signal from another world forces us to reconsider our assumptions about space, technology, and the nature of life itself. In the absence of definitive answers, scientists have continued to study the object using every tool at their disposal. Observing its trajectory, studying its reflectivity, and analyzing its composition through spectroscopic techniques have all provided valuable information. Yet, despite these efforts, the true nature of 3I, Atlas, remains elusive. Its composition continues to be a mystery, and it seems that we may not have the technology or understanding to fully grasp what this object is or what it represents. Still, the very fact that we are asking these questions is a testament to the progress we have made in our understanding of the cosmos. We may not have the answers yet, but the pursuit of knowledge continues. Every discovery we make, every new piece of information we gather, brings us one step closer to understanding the mysteries that surround us. And perhaps, in time, we will uncover the secrets of 3I, Atlas, and the unknown forces that shape its journey across the stars. As we continue to explore the cosmos, we are reminded of the infinite unknowns that remain, waiting to be discovered. 3I, Atlas may only be one small piece of the puzzle, but it serves as a reminder that there is always more to learn, more to explore, and more to understand. The universe is vast, and the mysteries it holds are as boundless as time itself. As we gaze into the night sky, the stars we see are not simply points of light, they are windows into the past. The light we see from these distant stars has traveled for years, decades, centuries, and even millions of years to reach us. In this sense, when we look into the cosmos, we are not just observing the present, we are peering into the deep history of the universe itself. This perspective invites us to wonder, what if 3I, Atlas, is not just a fleeting visitor passing through our solar system, but an ancient echo from the distant past? What if this object, traveling across vast stretches of interstellar space, is a relic of a bygone era, one that holds clues to the early history of the cosmos and the forces that shaped it? The idea of 3I, Atlas, as an echo from the past, suggests that it may not just be an object that has wandered across the universe, but rather one that carries with it the imprints of an earlier time. It could be a remnant of a distant star system, an ancient asteroid, or even a piece of cosmic debris from a long-dead civilization. The fact that it is traveling through our solar system, at a speed and in a direction that is unlike anything we've observed before, hints at a journey that spans not just light years, but epochs. In this sense, 3I, Atlas could be an artifact of cosmic history, a time capsule that has been drifting through the void for eons, preserving the memories of a long-lost event or civilization. Perhaps it was ejected from its home star system billions of years ago, sent on a journey through interstellar space to arrive at our doorstep, just when humanity was beginning to look outward and ask questions about the stars. Its composition, trajectory, and behavior may hold clues to the ancient processes that shaped the universe and the forces that governed the formation of stars, planets, and even life. One possibility is that 3I, Atlas, could be a survivor of a cataclysmic event, a collision between two massive celestial bodies, a star's death throes, or the remnants of a planetary system that was destroyed long ago. The object's journey through space could be the result of such an event, and its passage through our solar system could be a brief but significant moment in the cosmic timeline. Perhaps it is the last remnant of a once thriving star system, carrying with it the story of its demise. If 3I, Atlas, is an echo from the past, it raises the question of how much of the universe's history is preserved in objects like it. The universe is vast, and its history stretches across billions of years, far beyond the span of any individual civilization. But just as Earth preserves the history of our planet in fossils, rock formations, and ancient ruins, perhaps the cosmos itself holds similar records of its past. These records may be encoded in the very objects that travel across space: asteroids, comets, and interstellar objects like 3I, Atlas, that drift through time, untouched by the ravages of their environment, preserving the stories of the past for those who are able to recognize them. The idea that 3I, Atlas, could be an ancient object, one that has traveled across the universe for billions of years, also invites us to think about the longevity of celestial bodies and civilizations. If 3I, Atlas, is as old as it seems, what does that say about the life cycle of objects in space? The fact that the object has survived such a long journey through space speaks to the resilience of cosmic matter. Perhaps, in some way, it is a symbol of the enduring nature of the universe itself, a reminder that, while stars and planets may die, their remnants live on, carrying the stories of the cosmos with them. This idea also forces us to reconsider the nature of time in space. On Earth, we experience time in linear terms: days, months, years. We measure time in relation to our daily lives, the cycles of nature, and our human experiences. But in space, time is more fluid. Events in the universe unfold over vast timescales that are incomprehensible to us. The journey of 3I, Atlas, for example, spans not just our lifetime, but eons. The light we see from distant stars may have been emitted billions of years ago, and the objects we observe may have traveled across the cosmos for even longer. The universe, in this sense, is a record of time that stretches far beyond our comprehension. What if we are merely beginning to scratch the surface of understanding this vast, ancient record? What if objects like 3I, Atlas, are not just visitors from distant places, but messengers from the past carrying with them the imprints of events that occurred long before humanity even existed? The more we learn about the universe, the more we realize how much of its history remains hidden, just waiting to be uncovered. And yet, even as we consider the possibility that 3I, Atlas, is an echo from the past, we must also acknowledge the limitations of our understanding. We are looking at this object through the lens of our human experience, with our own biases, perceptions, and technological limitations. Our telescopes and instruments allow us to study it, but they can only reveal so much. The full story of 3I, Atlas, its origins, its journey, and its significance, may forever remain beyond our reach. But perhaps this is the very nature of exploration. In seeking to understand the universe, we are not just searching for answers, but embracing the uncertainty and mystery that lie at the heart of existence. Still, as we continue to observe 3I, Atlas, and other objects like it, we are reminded of the infinite unknowns that exist in the universe. Each discovery, each new piece of information, is a step closer to understanding the cosmic story that has been unfolding for billions of years. And perhaps, in the distant future, we will look back at 3I, Atlas, and other ancient objects, and understand the role they played in shaping our knowledge of the cosmos, an echo from the past that continues to resonate in the present. When we contemplate the vastness of the universe, we are often struck by a sense of awe, and sometimes a feeling of insignificance. Earth is but a tiny speck in the infinite expanse of space, revolving around an ordinary star in a modest galaxy, itself only one among countless others. The sheer scale of it all can be overwhelming, and yet, this perspective offers us something profoundly valuable: cosmic humility. Cosmic humility is the recognition that, in the grand tapestry of the universe, we are but a small part of a much larger story. We often look at ourselves through the lens of human history, culture, and progress, feeling as though we are at the center of everything. But in the context of the cosmos, our existence is fleeting, our planet is just a dot, our civilization a brief moment in the cosmic timeline, and yet, this realization should not diminish our sense of worth or purpose. Rather, it should inspire a sense of wonder, respect, curiosity about the immense universe that surrounds us. As we look out into the stars, we begin to grasp the immensity of what lies beyond our own world. The nearest star to Earth, Proxima Centauri, is over 4 light-years away. The nearest galaxy, Andromeda, is more than 5 million light-years distant. In the time it takes light to travel across these vast distances, civilizations could rise and fall, stars could be born and die, and whole cosmic events could unfold. Yet, here we are, trying to make sense of it all, attempting to understand the forces that govern the universe and our place within it. We may be small, but our ability to question, to explore, and to seek meaning is what makes us uniquely human. The notion of cosmic humility challenges our tendency to see ourselves as the center of the universe. For much of human history, we believed that the Earth was the center of the cosmos, a belief that was deeply rooted in our perception of the world. It wasn't until the work of astronomers like Copernicus and Galileo that we began to understand that Earth was not the center of the universe, but rather a small planet orbiting the Sunday. This realization was revolutionary, yet it was also humbling. If Earth was not the center of the universe, then where do we fit in the grand scheme of things? This question remains with us, even today. In the vastness of space, the Earth is just one planet among billions, orbiting an average star in an unremarkable galaxy. The universe contains hundreds of billions of galaxies, each filled with countless stars and planets, many of which may harbor life. And yet, for all its grandeur, the universe is indifferent to our existence. It exists whether we observe it or not, and our understanding of it is constantly evolving as we make new discoveries. Our planet, though unique in many ways, is just another part of this grand, incomprehensible system. This awareness of our place in the universe can evoke a sense of cosmic humility. It is a humbling thought that, no matter how much we achieve or how far we travel, we are a small part of a much larger story. Yet, this recognition does not make us insignificant. Rather, it deepens our appreciation for the mysteries of the cosmos. We are but a tiny piece of a vast puzzle, and the pursuit of understanding is what connects us to the universe. In contemplating the scale of the universe, we are also reminded of the fragility of our existence. Earth is the only home we have ever known, and yet it is vulnerable. Our planet is subject to the forces of nature, the whims of cosmic events, and the inevitable march of time. The stars that light up our sky are burning out, and our sun, like all stars, will eventually exhaust its fuel and transform into a red giant before finally fading away. This is the natural cycle of life and death in the cosmos, a process that has been unfolding for billions of years and will continue long after humanity is gone. We are, in the grand scheme of things, a fleeting moment in this eternal cycle. And yet, this cosmic humility should not be seen as a reason for despair, but as a call to action. If we are small and temporary, then perhaps our purpose lies not in achieving immortality or attempting to dominate the universe, but in seeking to understand it. The pursuit of knowledge, the desire to explore, and the quest for meaning are what give our lives significance in the face of the vast unknown. We may not have all the answers, but the questions themselves drive us forward, inspiring us to push the boundaries of what is possible and to seek out new frontiers of discovery. Cosmic humility also invites us to reflect on the ethical dimensions of our place in the universe. If we are part of a much larger system, then how should we relate to our planet, to each other, and to the life forms with which we share this world? Our actions, no matter how small, have consequences, and it is our responsibility to ensure that we do not contribute to the degradation of the environment or the extinction of other species. The knowledge that we are part of something greater than ourselves compels us to act with care, compassion, and a deep respect for the interconnectedness of all life. As we continue to explore space and unravel the mysteries of the cosmos, we will inevitably encounter new challenges that force us to reconsider our place in the universe. The discovery of other planets that could support life, the possibility of intelligent civilizations, and the ongoing search for meaning in the vast unknown will continue to shape our understanding of who we are and what our purpose island. And in the face of these challenges, cosmic humility will serve as a guiding principle, reminding us that we are part of a much larger story, that we are not the center of the universe, and that our understanding is always evolving. But perhaps, in embracing this humility, we will find a deeper sense of meaning and purpose. We may not have all the answers, but by seeking them, we find a connection to the cosmos that transcends our individual lives. The universe, in its vastness, holds mysteries that will continue to inspire us, challenge us, and remind us of the wonder of existence. And in that wonder, we may discover a deeper sense of meaning, one that is not defined by our smallness, but by our endless curiosity and our willingness to embrace the unknown. Humanity has always been driven by a quest for meaning. From the earliest cave paintings to modern space exploration, the desire to understand our place in the universe is one of the most fundamental aspects of the human experience. We look up at the stars, gaze out into the vast expanse of space, and ask the age-old question, what is the purpose of it all? This search for meaning is not only about discovering the nature of the cosmos, but also about understanding ourselves and our connection to everything that surrounds us. As we venture deeper into space, the mysteries of the universe only seem to multiply. The more we learn, the more we realize how much we do not know. The discovery of dark matter and dark energy, the puzzling nature of black holes, the possibility of extraterrestrial life. Each new revelation opens up more questions, pushing us further into the unknown. And yet, the search for meaning in this vast unknown is not a pursuit of simple answers. It is, instead, an ongoing journey that invites us to question everything we know and to embrace the uncertainty that comes with the search for truth. The search for meaning is deeply tied to the idea of exploration. To explore the unknown is to seek out answers to questions that have no immediate or obvious solutions. It is a process of discovery, not just of the universe, but of ourselves. As we look outward into the cosmos, we also look inward, reflecting on our place in the grand scheme of things. What are we meant to learn from this exploration? What is the purpose of our journey, both as individuals and as a species? In the context of space, the search for meaning often leads to existential questions about life, consciousness, and the nature of reality. What does it mean to be alive in such a vast and seemingly indifferent universe? Are we simply the result of random cosmic events, or is there some greater purpose behind our existence? These questions are not easily answered, and perhaps they never will be, but it is the act of asking them, of striving for understanding, that gives our lives meaning. The search for meaning is not just about finding answers, it is about the journey itself, about the questions we ask, and the way we engage with the world around us. As we consider the vastness of space and the possibility that we are not alone in the universe, the search for meaning takes on new dimensions. The discovery of extraterrestrial life, or even the mere possibility of it, would forever change our understanding of life and our place in the cosmos. If life exists elsewhere, does it share our desires, our fears, and our longing for connection? Do other civilizations ask the same questions we do, looking up at the stars and pondering their place in the universe? In this way, the search for meaning becomes not just a personal journey, but a collective one, a search for shared understanding across the universe. But the search for meaning is not limited to the discovery of life beyond Earth. It is also about understanding the forces that govern the universe, from the smallest particles to the largest galaxies. The laws of physics, the behavior of light, the nature of gravity, all of these are clues that point toward a deeper understanding of reality. Yet, as we push the boundaries of science, we are confronted with the fact that there may be limits to what we can comprehend. Some mysteries may remain hidden forever, beyond the reach of human knowledge, and yet, it is precisely in these unknowns that we find the most profound beauty. The mysteries of the cosmos are what drive our curiosity, inspire our imagination, and propel us forward in our search for meaning. In a way, the search for meaning in the unknown is a reflection of our own desire for purpose. We long to understand why we are here, what our role is in the grand story of the universe, and while we may never fully answer these questions, the pursuit itself is what gives our lives meaning. We search because we must, because it is in our nature to seek out knowledge, to understand the world, and to find our place in the vast expanse of space. It is this unyielding curiosity, this drive to know, that makes us human. Still, as we continue our exploration of the cosmos, we are reminded of the importance of embracing the unknown. The universe is full of mysteries, and while we may never fully understand them, it is through the search that we learn and grow. The questions we ask today will lead to new discoveries tomorrow, and each new discovery will open up even more questions. The search for meaning is not a linear path, but a spiral, one that constantly brings us back to the same fundamental questions, each time from a new perspective. Perhaps, in the end, The search for meaning is not about finding definitive answers, but about embracing the process of discovery itself. It is about the journey, the questions, and the exploration that shape our understanding of the universe. And as we continue this journey, we may find that the meaning we seek is not something that can be found in the stars or in the distant corners of space, but something that resides within us, something that is shaped by our curiosity, our imagination, and our willingness to seek out the unknown. The search for meaning is the essence of our existence, a journey that will continue for as long as we look up at the stars and wonder what lies beyond. It is the quest to understand the universe, to connect with something greater than ourselves, and to find our place in the infinite expanse of space. And perhaps, in this search, we will come to realize that the unknown is not something to fear, but something to embrace, because it is through the unknown that we truly begin to understand the meaning of it all. When we observe the universe, we are often limited by the boundaries of our own senses. The world we experience is shaped by the way our brain processes the information received by our eyes, ears, and other sensory organs. These perceptions have served us well throughout human history, allowing us to navigate our environment, interact with others, and make sense of our immediate surroundings. However, when we venture beyond the familiar, when we gaze into the stars or attempt to study the deepest mysteries of space, we begin to realize just how much our perception of the universe is restricted by the capabilities of our senses. The universe is vast and complex, operating on scales both large and small that far exceed the limits of what we can naturally perceive. The speed of light, for example, means that when we look at distant stars, we are seeing them as they were in the past, not as they are at this very moment. The light from Proxima Centauri, our nearest stellar neighbor, takes over 4 years to reach us. The farther we look, the older the light becomes. In a sense, every time we look up at the night sky, we are looking back in time, and yet, this is only one aspect of the universe that our senses cannot fully comprehend. At the smallest scale, quantum mechanics reveals a reality that is completely foreign to our everyday experiences. The behavior of subatomic particles, particles that are smaller than atoms, defies our intuition. These particles can exist in multiple states simultaneously, a phenomenon known as superposition. They can also be entangled, meaning the state of one particle can be linked to the state of another, even across vast distances. The very nature of quantum mechanics challenges our understanding of reality, yet we are constrained by the limitations of our senses, which cannot directly detect these microscopic events. Moreover, the universe operates on such an enormous scale that our perception of space and time feels almost irrelevant. The distances between stars and galaxies are so vast that they cannot be measured in terms that are meaningful to us. The observable universe spans over 93 billion light-years, and even light, traveling at nearly 300 kilometers per second, takes billions of years to traverse this immense expanse. As we look out into the universe, we are confronted with the realization that our sense of space and time is insufficient for grasping the true scale of the cosmos. The universe, it seems, is far grander than our human minds can fully comprehend. This mismatch between our perception and the reality of the universe raises profound questions about the limitations of human knowledge. If our senses are so limited, how can we claim to understand the true nature of the cosmos? How can we know what lies beyond the boundaries of our immediate perception, especially when we are constrained by tools that were designed for a world that operates on a much smaller scale? In many ways, our scientific models of the universe, our equations, our telescopes, our spacecraft, are attempts to extend the limits of our senses, to reach beyond what we can see, hear, or touch. These tools have allowed us to peer into the farthest reaches of space, but they are still, at their core, extensions of our limited human perception. The more we study the universe, the more we realize that there is so much beyond our understanding. Our current scientific models, though incredibly successful in many areas, are incomplete. We cannot yet explain the nature of dark matter or dark energy, the mysterious forces that make up most of the universe's mass. We cannot fully reconcile quantum mechanics and general relativity, the two foundational pillars of modern physics. And we still do not know what lies at the center of a black hole, where the very fabric of space and time breaks down. These gaps in our understanding are not signs of failure, but reminders that the universe is far more complex than we can currently grasp. At the same time, our perception of the universe is not static. Human knowledge is constantly evolving, and the tools we use to explore the cosmos continue to improve. The advent of new technologies, such as the James Webb Space Telescope, allows us to observe the universe in ways that were previously unimaginable. Instruments like these give us a glimpse of the universe beyond the limits of our senses, opening up new frontiers of discovery. But even as our technological capabilities expand, we are reminded that there will always be aspects of the universe that remain beyond our perception. The limitations of human perception also extend to our understanding of consciousness and intelligence. We often think of intelligence in terms of human cognition, our ability to reason, solve problems, and create. But what if intelligence exists in forms that are completely different from our own? What if the universe itself is intelligent in ways that we cannot perceive? Could there be forms of consciousness or awareness that transcend the boundaries of the human mind? The search for extraterrestrial intelligence, for example, assumes that we can recognize and understand alien intelligence in ways that are familiar to us. But what if alien civilizations operate on a completely different wavelength, using forms of communication or perception that we cannot even imagine? The limits of our perception may shape our understanding of intelligence and consciousness in ways that we are only beginning to explore. In this context, cosmic humility becomes even more significant. If our senses are so limited, if our understanding of the universe is so incomplete, then how can we claim to fully understand our place in the cosmos? Our knowledge of the universe is like a puzzle with many missing pieces, and it is only by acknowledging the limitations of our perception that we can move closer to finding the answers we seek. Perhaps the true beauty of the universe lies not in fully understanding it, but in the pursuit of knowledge, the willingness to confront the unknown, and the acceptance of our place within the vastness of it all. Still, the mysteries of the universe beckon, and the quest for knowledge continues. As we extend the boundaries of human perception, as we build new instruments and technologies to explore the cosmos, we move ever closer to the truth. The limits of human perception are not barriers, they are invitations to explore, to question, and to discover. And as we reach beyond our senses, we open ourselves to the possibility that there is more to the universe than we can ever fully comprehend. It is through this exploration of the unknown that we come to understand not just the cosmos, but ourselves. The search for meaning is an essential part of the human experience. Whether we look inward for answers about our own lives or gaze outward into the stars, the search for purpose and understanding shapes much of what we do. As we contemplate the vastness of space, this search takes on new dimensions, raising profound questions about the nature of the universe, life, and our place within it. Are we merely a speck in the grand expanse of the cosmos, or do we hold a deeper significance? What role do we play in the unfolding story of the universe? And is there meaning to be found in the cold, silent reaches of space? For millennia, humanity has looked to the heavens to find answers to these questions. From ancient civilizations who believed the stars were gods, to modern scientists who explore the cosmos through telescopes and spacecraft, we have sought to understand the universe's grand design. In doing so, we have uncovered some incredible truths about the nature of space, time, and life itself. Yet, for all the knowledge we have gained, the question of meaning remains elusive. Perhaps the search for meaning is not about finding a definitive answer, but about asking the right questions and engaging with the mysteries of existence. When we look at the stars, we are often confronted with the vastness of the universe. The distances between stars are so great that even light, traveling at the speed of 299,792 kilometers per second, takes years, decades, or even millions of years to travel from one point to another. The immensity of space can make our own lives seem insignificant by comparison. Yet, it is precisely this vastness that invites us to contemplate our own place in the cosmos. If the universe is so vast, so old, and so full of mysteries, then surely our own existence is part of something much greater than ourselves. The search for meaning in the cosmos is not just about finding answers to questions about our origins or our fate. It is about recognizing the interconnectedness of all things, about understanding that we are part of a larger, ongoing story that stretches across time and space. The universe is constantly evolving, with stars being born, galaxies colliding, and black holes forming. And yet, in the midst of this cosmic dance, we find our own lives a brief moment in the timeline of the universe, but one that is no less significant for its fleeting nature. Our quest to understand the universe is deeply intertwined with our search for meaning. It is not just about studying the stars or examining the laws of physics, but about contemplating the implications of our place in the grand scheme of things. If we are part of a vast and infinite universe, then what is our role? What purpose do we serve? And how do we contribute to the ongoing evolution of the cosmos? The answers to these questions may never be fully clear, but the search itself provides us with a sense of purpose and direction. As we explore the cosmos, we are also exploring ourselves. The more we learn about the universe, the more we come to understand about our own origins and the nature of life. The discovery of exoplanets, the study of black holes, and the search for extraterrestrial life all provide us with insights into the forces that shape our existence. Yet, these discoveries also raise more questions. Are we truly alone in the universe? What if life exists elsewhere, but in forms so different from our own that we cannot even recognize it? Could there be other civilizations out there, with their own understanding of the universe and their own search for meaning? The search for meaning in the cosmos also forces us to confront our own limitations. We are bound by time, by the constraints of our human experience. We may never fully understand the origins of the universe, the nature of dark matter, or the secrets of distant galaxies. And yet, it is this very uncertainty that drives us to continue searching, to push the boundaries of what we know, and to embrace the mystery of the unknown. The search for meaning is not about finding all the answers. It is about the journey itself, about exploring the vast expanse of the cosmos and seeking understanding, even when the answers are not readily available. In the face of such vast unknowns, cosmic humility becomes even more essential. We must acknowledge that there is much we do not know and may never fully understand, but rather than discouraging us, this realization should inspire us to continue exploring, to ask new questions, and to seek new perspectives. The cosmos is full of mysteries, and the pursuit of understanding is a journey that will never truly end. Every discovery opens up new possibilities, and every question leads to more profound insights about the universe and our place within it. Still, in the search for meaning, we must recognize that the journey itself is just as important as the destination. The questions we ask, the paths we explore, and the discoveries we make all contribute to our understanding of the universe and ourselves. The search for meaning is not about reaching a final answer, but about engaging with the mysteries of existence in a way that deepens our connection to the cosmos. It is through this ongoing journey that we come to understand not only the universe, but our place within it. The search for meaning is a quest that will continue for as long as we look to the stars. It is a journey that has shaped human history, and it will continue to shape our future as we explore new frontiers and unlock the secrets of the universe. As we continue this journey, we are reminded that the meaning we seek may not lie in any final answer, but in the questions we ask and the discoveries we make along the way. When 3I, Atlas, first entered our solar system, it captivated the scientific community and the public. Its strange trajectory, rapid speed, and the mystery of its origin sparked speculation that continues to this day. Yet, as we attempt to unravel its secrets, the discovery of 3I, Atlas, only opens the door to even bigger questions about what lies beyond it. What other objects might be out there, waiting to be discovered? What do they tell us about the universe, about the origins of interstellar objects, and about the forces at play beyond our solar system? 3I, Atlas, is not an isolated phenomenon. Its brief visit has illuminated the fact that there are many more objects like it in the universe. Interstellar visitors that come from outside our solar system, some of which may pass by Earth or other parts of our solar system over time. In fact, 3I, Atlas may just be the first of many interstellar objects that we will encounter as our observation technologies improve. With the development of more advanced telescopes and space observatories, we may soon detect more objects from beyond the solar system, each with its own peculiarities and mysteries. These objects could offer us unprecedented insights into the nature of space, the formation of stars and planets, and the forces that shape the universe. Yet, despite the promise of future discoveries, we are still left with the question of what lies beyond 3I, Atlas, beyond the objects we currently know about. The discovery of one interstellar object only raises further questions. How many more are out there, hidden in the vast reaches of space, waiting to be uncovered? What kind of phenomena might exist in the regions of space that are still beyond our observational capabilities? And how can we study these objects more effectively, given the challenges posed by the vast distances involved? In considering what lies beyond 3i, Atlas, we must also think about the role these objects play in our understanding of the universe. Are they simply passing through, remnants of ancient cosmic events, or do they hold more profound clues about the history of the universe and the forces that shaped it? Objects like 3i, Atlas, could provide us with a unique window into the early stages of star and planet formation, offering clues about the origins of the materials that make up the universe. The further we look into the cosmos, the more we realize that interstellar objects could be key to answering some of the most fundamental questions about the nature of space, time, and matter. One of the most intriguing possibilities is that interstellar objects like 3i, Atlas, could be remnants of other civilizations. Though highly speculative, the idea that intelligent civilizations from other parts of the galaxy might have sent probes or artifacts on interstellar journeys raises profound questions about the nature of life and intelligence. Could objects like 3i, Atlas, be part of a cosmic messenger system sent by civilizations far beyond our reach? While this theory remains speculative, it underscores the fact that there may be far more out there than we currently know. If 3i, Atlas is indeed an artifact of another civilization, it would be just the first of many objects that could reshape our understanding of life in the universe and our place within it. But even if we set aside the more fantastical ideas about interstellar objects, the simple fact remains that they are some of the most important discoveries we can make in space. Objects like 3i, Atlas, provide us with an opportunity to study materials and phenomena that have been shaped by forces outside our solar system. These objects offer us a glimpse into the broader processes of the universe, forces and dynamics that exist beyond our own sun's influence. Each new interstellar object we detect brings us closer to understanding the full scope of the cosmos, showing us how small our solar system is in comparison to the vast expanse of space. And yet, even as we seek to learn more about these objects, we are confronted with the challenges of distance and time. The objects that pass through our solar system from beyond are not easily studied. They are often moving too fast to capture detailed data, and they may be too far away to study with our current technology. Even though 3i, Atlas passed through our solar system, its brief encounter has limited our ability to fully analyze its composition and behavior. In the future, as we refine our instruments and enhance our methods of observation, we may be able to track these interstellar visitors in greater detail. But for now, we must remain patient as we piece together the puzzle from the fragments we have collected. Still, 3i, Atlas, reminds us of the vastness of the unknown. For all the discoveries we have made, there is so much more out there that we have yet to understand. The universe is full of phenomena that are waiting to be uncovered, and each discovery we make opens up new avenues of inquiry. The search for objects beyond 3i, Atlas, is not just a quest to find new things, but a deeper investigation into the very nature of the universe and the forces that shape it. As we push forward, we are not just searching for new objects to observe. We are searching for answers to questions that have remained unanswered for millennia. The infinite expanse of space is humbling, but it is also an invitation to continue exploring, to keep asking questions, and to never stop seeking the unknown. Every new object we discover, every new piece of data we gather, takes us one step closer to understanding the cosmos. And perhaps, as we move beyond 3i, Atlas, and continue our journey into the depths of space, we will find even greater revelations waiting to be uncovered. As humanity stands on the brink of new frontiers in space exploration, one question looms larger than all others. What are we really searching for? The quest to understand the universe is not just about discovering new planets, stars, or galaxies. It is about something deeper, something that transcends our technological advancements and our scientific knowledge. It is a search for purpose, for meaning, for answers to the most fundamental questions about our existence. The future of space exploration holds incredible promise, but it also forces us to confront the larger existential questions about our place in the universe. At its core, space exploration is driven by curiosity, the desire to know what is out there, to uncover the mysteries of the cosmos, and to push the boundaries of human knowledge. The discoveries we have made so far, from the landing of humans on the moon to the exploration of Mars and beyond, have fundamentally changed our understanding of the universe. Yet, as we look to the future, we realize that we are only beginning to scratch the surface. The more we discover, the more questions arise, and with each new answer, new mysteries unfold. The search for extraterrestrial life is one of the most compelling motivations for space exploration. The discovery of life beyond Earth would be a groundbreaking moment in human history, as it would confirm that we are not alone in the universe. But the question of whether extraterrestrial life exists is not just about finding another species. It is about understanding the nature of life itself. What does it mean to be alive in the vastness of space? What are the conditions that allow life to thrive? And how can we recognize it in forms that may be radically different from our own? These are questions that will shape the future of space exploration as we continue to search for signs of life on distant planets, moons, and even in the depths of our own solar system. The search for meaning in space extends beyond the discovery of life. As we venture farther into the cosmos, we are also searching for understanding about the fundamental nature of the universe itself. What are the origins of the cosmos? How did the universe come into being, and what forces shaped its evolution? The study of cosmic phenomena, such as the Big Bang, black holes, dark matter, and dark energy, holds the potential to answer some of the most profound questions in physics and cosmology. The future of space exploration will involve not just the discovery of new objects, but a deeper understanding of the forces that govern the universe, from the smallest particles to the largest structures. As we push the boundaries of space exploration, we are also confronted with the challenges of sustainability. Space travel is expensive, and the resources required to explore distant worlds are immense. With the potential for interstellar travel on the horizon, the question of how we will sustain human life on long-duration missions becomes increasingly important. As we look to establish permanent human colonies on the Moon, Mars, or other planets, we must consider the long-term viability of space exploration. How can we ensure that future generations of explorers have the resources and technologies necessary to survive and thrive in space? The answer may lie in the development of new technologies for resource extraction, renewable energy, and life support systems that will enable us to live off the land in space. At the same time, space exploration forces us to consider our ethical responsibilities. As we explore other planets and moons, we must ask ourselves, how should we interact with the environments we discover? What is our responsibility to the life forms we may encounter? And how do we ensure that we do not inadvertently harm the ecosystems we find? The potential for life on other planets presents both incredible opportunities and ethical dilemmas. Should we actively search for life, or should we leave these environments undisturbed, allowing them to develop naturally? These are questions that humanity will have to grapple with as we venture farther into space. The future of space exploration is not just about the physical journey into the cosmos. It is also about the mental and philosophical journey that comes with it. As we explore distant planets and uncover the mysteries of the universe, we are also exploring our own humanity. How do we relate to the universe? How do we make sense of our place within it? Space exploration challenges our perception of ourselves, reminding us of the fragility and interconnectedness of life on Earth. It is a humbling and awe-inspiring experience that forces us to confront the unknown, to question our assumptions, and to consider what it means to be part of something much larger than ourselves. As we continue to look outward, the search for meaning in space will become more urgent and more profound. With each new discovery, we will be forced to reconsider our understanding of the universe and our place within it. The future of space exploration is not just about expanding the boundaries of human knowledge. It is about reimagining our relationship with the cosmos and discovering the deeper truths that lie hidden within it. But even as we seek to unlock the secrets of the universe, we must remember that space exploration is a journey that will continue to unfold for generations to come. The questions we ask today will shape the discoveries of tomorrow, and the discoveries we make today will inspire new questions for future explorers. The search for meaning in space is an ongoing process, one that will continue to evolve as we expand our understanding of the universe. In the end, the most important question may not be what we discover, but how we choose to engage with the unknown, and how we allow that engagement to shape our understanding of the cosmos and ourselves. The journey through space, much like the journey through life, is marked by uncertainty. The vastness of the universe and the mysteries it holds challenge our sense of security and understanding. Yet, it is this very uncertainty that drives us forward, compelling us to ask questions, seek answers, and continue exploring the unknown. The future of space exploration is not a fixed path, but an ongoing journey, a journey that will unfold in ways we cannot yet predict, but that will always be shaped by our insatiable curiosity and desire to learn. In the face of such vast unknowns, it is easy to become overwhelmed. The universe is so much larger than our human experience, and the challenges of space exploration are immense. We have only just begun to explore the edges of our solar system, and the thought of traveling to distant star systems or uncovering the deepest secrets of the cosmos can feel daunting. Yet, this sense of uncertainty should not deter us. It should inspire us. The unknown is not something to fear, but something to embrace. It is the unknown that makes the journey worthwhile. If we already had all the answers, there would be no exploration, no wonder, and no discovery. Space exploration is a journey that will span generations, with each new mission and each new discovery building on the knowledge of the past. As we develop new technologies, refine our understanding of physics, and extend the reach of our spacecraft, we will uncover more about the universe than we can imagine today. But even as we push the boundaries of what is possible, we must recognize that there will always be more questions than answers. For every mystery we solve, there will be new, deeper questions that emerge. This is the nature of exploration. It is not about reaching a final destination, but about the pursuit of knowledge and the expansion of human understanding. In embracing this uncertainty, we also embrace the idea that we are part of something much greater than ourselves. The universe is a vast and interconnected system, and our journey through it is just one small part of its grand unfolding. While our lives are fleeting and our time on Earth is limited, the knowledge we gain, the discoveries we make, and the curiosity we nurture will ripple through time, influencing future generations. The legacy of our exploration will continue long after we are gone, contributing to the collective understanding of the cosmos and our place within it. This endless journey is also a journey of self-discovery. As we venture into space, we learn not only about the universe, but also about ourselves. The challenges we face in space exploration mirror the challenges we face in our own lives. The need to adapt, to solve problems, to work together, and to persist in the face of uncertainty. The pursuit of knowledge is not just about understanding the world around us. It is about understanding ourselves and our place in the grand scheme of things. Each new discovery, whether it is a distant planet, a new cosmic phenomenon, or an ancient relic from the past, forces us to question our assumptions, rethink our priorities, and reflect on the meaning of our existence. In this sense, space exploration is more than just a physical journey. It is a philosophical one. It compels us to ask the deepest questions about life, the universe, and everything in between. What is the purpose of our existence? What is the nature of consciousness? And how does it relate to the cosmos? Are we alone in the universe? Or is there other intelligent life out there, waiting to be discovered? These are questions that may never have clear answers, but it is the act of asking them that is so important. It is through the search for meaning, through the exploration of the unknown, that we find our true purpose as human beings. The infinite unknowns of space are not barriers, but gateways. Each question we ask opens a new path for exploration, and each discovery leads us to more profound mysteries. The universe is full of potential, full of opportunities to learn, to grow, and to understand. As we continue to explore, we must remember that it is the journey itself that matters most, not just the destinations we reach, but the questions we ask and the knowledge we gain along the way. The universe is an uncharted wilderness, and our exploration of it is a never-ending adventure. In embracing cosmic uncertainty, we come to terms with the fact that we may never fully understand the universe. There may be mysteries that remain hidden forever, forces that we cannot perceive, and dimensions that are beyond our current comprehension. But it is precisely this uncertainty that makes the journey worth undertaking. It is the pursuit of knowledge, the relentless curiosity, and the willingness to embrace the unknown that defines us as a species. It is through this journey that we find our true meaning, by continuing to ask questions, to explore the cosmos, and to seek out the answers that lie beyond our reach. The endless journey of space exploration is not a quest for finality. It is a journey that will continue for as long as humanity exists. It is a journey that will evolve and expand, taking us to places we cannot yet imagine. And though we may never fully answer all the questions we ask, the search itself will continue to inspire us, to challenge us, and to connect us to something greater than ourselves, the vast, mysterious, and infinite universe. When we observe the universe, we are often limited by the boundaries of our own senses. The The world we experience is shaped by the way our brain processes the information received by our eyes, ears, and other sensory organs. These perceptions have served us well throughout human history, allowing us to navigate our environment, interact with others, and make sense of our immediate surroundings. However, when we venture beyond the familiar, when we gaze into the stars or attempt to study the deepest mysteries of space, we begin to realize just how much our perception of the universe is restricted by the capabilities of our senses. The universe is vast and complex, operating on scales both large and small that far exceed the limits of what we can naturally perceive. The speed of light, for example, means that when we look at distant stars, we are seeing them as they were in the past, not as they are at this very moment. The light from Proxima Centauri, our nearest stellar neighbor, takes over 4 years to reach us. The farther we look, the older the light becomes. In a sense, every time we look up at the night sky, we are looking back in time, and yet, this is only one aspect of the universe that our senses cannot fully comprehend. At the smallest scale, quantum mechanics reveals a reality